What's up YouTube? This is Shabazz. I'm back with another CBD hemp flower review. What's up everybody? I hope you're staying good. I hope you're staying healthy. I hope you're staying safe. Thank you for coming back for another video. Today we have a new vendor for the channel. No, they're not a new vendor. They're actually a pretty popular vendor. And last year, their indoor lifter made quite a big wave. And unfortunately, I never got to try it. But they just dropped 2 new strains. I'm trying them both. I'm referring to Baker's Ranch Botanicals. I'm going to be taking a look at their Hawaiian Haze and their Sour Space Candy. Both of these are indoor grown. They're both Oregon CBD strains, but they're probably the 2 Oregon CBD strains that I like the most. Now, I've already told you, Sour Space Candy is always gonna be one of my favorite hemp strains. I love that it's more sativa hybrid usually. I love the smell. It has such a distinct, unique smell, and I love seeing it done indoor. Now, Hawaiian Haze. I love the concept of Hawaiian Haze. I love the idea of Hawaiian Haze. I love what Hawaiian Haze is supposed to be. Unfortunately, I've never tried a good Hawaiian Haze that really blew me away and made me like, okay, I gotta buy some more of that. So this is gonna be my first foray into indoor Hawaiian Haze. We got a letter to law enforcement and test results, and of course the flower. In the spirit of transparency and being fair and non-biased, one thing I'm going to say straight off the bat about Baker's Ranch Botanicals Indoor: the price is too high. Can't justify that price. Even indoor flower, and you know the rules. We can't talk specifics, but you could go see it for yourself. Definitely think they could work on their prices, bring those down to a little bit more reasonable levels. Money aside though, let's check out this flower. Now I'm gonna start off with the Sour Space Candy, simply because generally Sour Space Candy does usually give me more of a sativa-like feeling. I like to start off with the sativas first. All right, test results for the Sour Space Candy. Looks like we got 0.44% total THC and an unfortunately low 9.2% CBD. That CBD level is a little bit low. That's a little bit disappointing. Now this flower could be sky high in terpenes and it just have a really awesome entourage effect. I don't know yet, so let's check it out. Here we go. There's no fancy seal or anything. Just looking at it through the jar though, it looks pretty nice. Ooh, hold on. Gotta mix it around like a glass of wine. Okay, this smells like Sour Space Candy. Definitely has that signature lemon lime soda, that Sprite smell. But this is it's very strong, very citrusy, very sweet. And it has a background of just dankness. Not necessarily skunkiness or gassiness, but just dank. Like it smells strong, it smells clean, it smells pungent. It smells high quality. Let's not waste any time. Let's get it out onto a tray. This is really good looking flower, really nice looking Sour Space Candy. You know, and if you're used to the outdoor stuff, there's definitely a visual difference that you notice right away between outdoor Sour Space Candy and indoor Sour Space Candy, and pretty much any strain for that matter, at least in the hemp world. All right, and strangely, digging through this, I did find one little seed. This is indoor grown, so what that tells me is that there must have been a hermaphrodite plant in the grow room caused by who knows what, some kind of stress, and there may have been a little bit of accidental pollination going on here. Once again, you might want to reconsider the price structure of this flower. But man, I don't know, man, that is some beautiful, beautiful flower. It's kind of purple, it's green, got nice like light yellow trichomes. Awesome color, awesome quality. Here goes another bud. Looks like it might be just a slightly different phenotype. It's a little bit more light green, but it still has those very light yellow, lightly colored pistils all over it. Really good looking flower. Yeah, so far I'm just gonna go ahead and say this is some of the best Sour Space Candy I've ever seen. Let me break down some of this, put it into a bowl. While I do that, I'm gonna put a high resolution image here. All right, breaking it down, I didn't find any more seeds. I broke down a few pieces from a few different nugs, looking for more seeds. I couldn't find any more. So that's good, really sticky. Breaking that down, man, the smell is just so pungent. Like, haven't lit it yet, haven't smoked any yet, and I can smell that this room stinks. Anyways though, let's go for it. Nice big hit to start off with. It's pretty smooth, doesn't have a bad taste. Not a particularly good taste, but it doesn't have a bad taste. Still pretty smooth. No real throat burn. It's easy to smoke. Wow, I feel a chill, like a tingle, kind of, that just a wave just came through my body after that second hit. Still pretty smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8.5 on the smoothness scale. Even as we're getting down into the bowl, it's not getting like super throat burning. That's good. That's indicative of a really good cure. Yeah, this smoke's pretty good, that's for sure. That's real smooth smoke. It doesn't have a great flavor, but it doesn't have a bad flavor at all. It kind of has a standard hemp taste, just less burnt. Very mild. It almost tastes like the smell of an unscented candle burning, if that makes any sense. Anyways though, give me a few minutes to let this kick in, and I'm gonna come back and let you know how I feel.
A few minutes later.
All right, I'm back. Now I've got to say, despite that really low level of CBD, this doesn't feel any less potent than anything else. I feel it. I felt it after about 2 or 3 minutes. It has noticeable potent effects. This is definitely a hybrid feeling, maybe a little bit leaning more to the sativa side. I do feel a lot going on up here, numbness. I do feel a little bit of pressure in my torso though. This is a good all-day strain. Definitely something that I feel relaxed and I feel chill. I feel slowed down. This is definitely something that I would want to smoke before I watch TV or sit down to eat a meal or maybe hang out and talk with people. I feel relaxed, but I don't feel sedated. I don't feel slowed down or super heavy and just like that. I still feel alert and everything, but I definitely feel it. Overall, this was really nice, really good looking flower, very good smelling flower. It was smooth. I think my only real complaint is the price point. Aside from the price though, if we're just gonna look at the flower, I'm definitely gonna give it the Shabazz seal of approval. This is an awesome sour space candy, one of my favorites that I've tried. All right, moving on to the Hawaiian Haze. Test results, 0.56% total THC, 10.8% CBD. A little bit higher than that sour space candy, but once again, that's really low. Like I've told you before, 15 to 20% is right where you want to be. Anything up above that into the 20s is great. Anything below is kind of like, yeah, you just kind of got to smoke it to see what it does for you. It could be like the sour space candy again, where CBD percentage level didn't really matter because all the terpenes and everything came together for a really potent entourage effect. Now here's the thing about Hawaiian Haze. Like I said, I really enjoy the concept of Hawaiian Haze. I love what it's supposed to be. I just haven't found it. I haven't found a good outdoor Hawaiian Haze that either wasn't too indica-y or just wasn't a good quality. Now, just looking at it through the jar, it looks dense, covered in trichomes. See a little bit of purple, mostly light green though, but it looks good. This looks like indoor. Let's crack it open. Whew. That's a strong smell. And here's the thing, it smells similar to other Hawaiian Haze I've smelled before, outdoor. It's just magnified and intensified. This one doesn't have like any kind of a dank smell to it. It just smells very, very sweet. Almost smells, I can't put my, it's like if you were to take a collection of jams and jellies and just lay them out on a table and smell them, maybe throw some maple syrup in there too. Yes, that's exactly what it smells like. Some strawberry jam, some peach jam, maybe some apple preserves, and a bunch of maple syrup all on a table. That's what I smell. Let's waste no time. Let's get this out onto a tray. Very frosty, dense. This is extremely frosty, very good looking flower. Once again, maybe two different phenotypes in the same jar. I'm seeing some nugs that look like this, really light green. And then the other nugs look like this, a little bit of a darker green, and some of them even have a little splash of purple throughout. But very good looking flower, very, very frosty, covered in trichomes, and it's dense. I have a feeling this is going to be sticky. And just looking it over, on this one I don't see any seeds or signs of seeds, so that's good. I believe that the price point on this is the same as a sour space candy, and that's a shame. Let me break this down, pack up a bowl. While I do that, I'm gonna put a high resolution image here. All right, breaking that down was nice. I didn't find any seeds. It was pretty sticky, not as sticky as I thought it would be, but there's a little bit of stickiness to it. But the smell just got amplified even more breaking that down. Just that sweet, fruity, sugary smell. Let's get to it. Pretty smooth. This one has a better taste. It slightly tastes like what it smells like. Second hit, a little bit more harsh. Yep, same thing with the third hit, a little bit more harsh. Now it's not terrible, it's not like throat ripping, absolutely cough inducing anything. It's just not as smooth as that sour space candy was. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 7 on the smoothness scale. And with a lighter hit like that, it wasn't very harsh at all. Mild taste though. At the beginning, I got a little bit of sweetness to it. Now it's just kind of like a subtle standard hemp flavor, kind of like that sour space candy. Last hit. All right, I've had a few different Hawaiian hazes. Some were very indica-y, some were more hybrid-y. Let me give this a little bit of time, see how I feel about it. I'll come back and let you know how I feel.
5 minutes later.
All right, I'm back. This time I took a little bit longer to get the full effects of it. I think this one hit me in the kind of way that I wanted to take a little bit more time to sit and enjoy it and really focus on it so I could come back and let you know exactly what it's like. Now, once again, this was really low on the CBD percentage, but this is very potent, like real potent, and it's very clean too. I feel it. I'm gonna call this one a heavy sativa, which really, it's a hybrid. With this one, it's giving me a little bit of couch lock, a lot of focus. I found myself looking at my phone and just being completely drawn into what I was looking at and just ignoring everything else around me and just really focused on what I was looking at on my phone. I do feel kind of slowed down. I do feel a little bit more pressure in my torso, but I don't feel drowsy and I don't feel sedated. One thing I do feel from this, definitely though, is the munchies. I have got to go eat something right away. This was a good Hawaiian haze though, and I think I finally found a Hawaiian haze that I can really say I really like. Now, once again, price aside and that little bit of harshness, this was good. It looks good, smells good, smokes good. Most of all, it's very potent. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and give this the Shabazz seal of approval. This is definitely one of the better Hawaiian hazes that I've ever had. But once again, my only complaint is a price point. I think it could be just a little bit more reasonable. I'm just glad that I'm checking off I'm able to check off boxes on my list of trying indoor versions of Oregon CBD strains. I only have a couple more left, and I'll have tried all of them in indoor versions. And let me just tell you, so far, it's been night and day difference. I don't really like Oregon CBD strains for a multitude of reasons, but all of the indoor versions that I've tried keeps me coming back for more. Anyways, y'all, that's the review. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you check out the merch down in the description. Everything is designed by me for you. It's all cannabis and hemp related. Check that out, support the channel. Also, just a little channel update. I did ascend into the level of dry herb vaping. No, that doesn't mean I'm gonna quit smoking, but I did pick up a dry herb vape, and I'm gonna make a video about that eventually. I'm not saying this week, I'm not saying next week, but it'll happen eventually. Make sure you hit me up on Instagram. I post a little bit of stuff there that I necessarily can't include in a review, or just pictures or smoke sessions type stuff. That's here and down in the description. Hit like if you like the video. Hit me up down in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on post notifications so you can see when I upload new content. I appreciate each and every one of y'all taking your time to watch my video. And I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day or night. And please stay tuned for the next video. Peace.
Put a grand on there. You get 2 G's on the real. Bitch is trying to do me. Get smoked like that blunt.